Again, this is a very important exercise to work with the hamstring group, the biceps femoris. If you push it now, you could injure your lower back. So take it down to where you feel the pain and stop. Stay there. Don't try to bounce. Take your time. Take it so far. Hold it for a couple seconds, and then come back up. Grabbing your ankles. Okay, down and up. See how my back stays fairly straight? Down and up. Don't hold it for a long time unless you can. I can. I'm getting old. Down and up. Down and up. You notice how I go a little lower each time. Down and up. One more now. Hold it for about the count of 5. Down and up. Good. Now loosen the ankles up a little bit. Okay, now we're not done. Back up to this position. From here, we want to continue working. We want to keep the muscle warm, keep working the flexibility and the agility. Again, working the head to the floor. Go to your left. Now you notice that the knee is not on the floor, and I'm on the ball of the foot, and I'm working just the hip joint. Turning to your right. Same exact movement. The knee doesn't down. I'm on the ball of the foot. Back to the center now. Work the head down. Okay, the knee goes down this side. I slide out here. Hold it here for a couple seconds. Watch your toes. When they start quivering, it means you're causing some damage in that muscle. And up. Going to your right. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Okay, come back up to the center. Down to the front. Toes up. Chest to the floor. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Really push it now. Come back up. The hands on the floor. Sit here. Get that back as straight as you possibly can. Arch that back. Coming up. Squatting down here. Forcing it apart with your elbows. And one more time, down. From here. Okay. Back up. Squat. Shake it out a little bit. Grab a hold of your left knee. Pull it up to your chest. Down. Grab it again. Up. Pull up to your chest. And down. Grab the right knee. Pull it up to your chest. Grab the right knee again. Up to your chest. Kind of shake it out, loosen up the hips. These exercises you can do every day. I do them every day. We'll be working on some exercises soon with a partner that you want to work maybe twice a week. See you in a second. There's good things and bad things about partner stretching. The bad thing is he doesn't know how far to take you. The good thing is he doesn't know how far to take you. When you're by yourself and let's say you're working flexibility, you're working your chest to the floor, I'll sit here and I'll go, oh, it's starting to hurt, I'll quit right there. Well, he doesn't know that it hurts there. So he might push you just a little bit further, which might be what you need. Again, when you're working with a partner though, when it does hurt, tell your partner to stop. And your partner, as your partner, should stop at that point. Don't say to yourself, oh, I'm going to take him just a little bit further. Because you might hear a little sound that sounds like this. And then you take 6 months to a year to let your muscle heal. Okay, on this particular stretch, we're working agility as well as flexibility. We're isolating the hamstring group and the adductor longus. What happens now, my partner here puts his hands on my lower back. The reason they're on my lower back is because I don't want to hunch over my upper torso. So I want to keep my back as straight as possible. What happens now is he pushes me over to where my stomach and my chest both touch. My toes, again, are still upward, toes back, legs locked out straight. So I reach out, my partner pushes me over, and my stomach and chest both touch. Now, we're working the hamstring group now, the biceps femoris. Now, as he pushes me forward, we're going from the biceps to the adductor longus, or the groin muscle. Now, as he pushes me a little bit further, we're working with the top head of the quadricep. Now, he pulls me back. Again, now we're working with the adductor longus and the sartorius, and he pulls me further back. When the toes come up, I'm working with the hamstring group or the biceps femoris. Now, anytime you feel any kind of a rise at all, that's when your partner should push you down. Again, watch what happens. He pushes down on my lower back. Now, as he starts to push me forward, any rise at all, that's where he pushes down, that particular spot. From here. And then he pulls me back. Any kind of a rise at all is when he pushes down. And the toes are up and back. Now, as you work with this and you gain the flexibility, you can do it by yourself. Remember, these stretching exercises, these movements, the flexibility, agility movements are very important for my second tape, the kicking, to be able to get the height and the flexibility and the agility that's utilized in the kicking aspect. Sitting up, now all I do is I drop down myself now, chest and stomach to the floor, and I pull myself forward. Keeping your buttocks down, keeping the stomach flat against the floor, and coming forward. Then pushing yourself back. Again, to this position, holding that, arching your back maybe a little bit, and then coming up to the sitting position and relaxing for a second. I know what your next question is. I can't get that low. What can I do? Well, Steve can't either. Have a seat, Steve. Okay, now, this is where the partner comes in very importantly. Main thing to do is keep your hands on your knees. I'm the partner, I'll do all the work. Steve should just relax. I can either push with my hands on his lower back if he's not very flexible, or I can grab the inside of his thighs here, down by the knee. This gives me a good fulcrum to where I can apply much more pressure. I put my shoulder against his lower back. Now, Steve, you tell me when it hurts. Keep your head up, and I take it down, and I love that sound. Hold it there for a couple seconds. It's working, you know, because if you look real close, you can see the toes quivering a little bit. And relax. Now, from this position, I grab hold of his gi pants or his uniform or whatever, hold him up to this position. Hold him here by his hips. Putting my foot under this. Feet again now should be flat, toes inward a little bit. Okay, holding him by his hips and just putting my foot under his and walking it out a little bit at a time. Again, he'll tell me when it hurts. Okay, taking a work. Toes flat now, toes down. Because we're working the adductor muscle now, the adductor longus right in here. We're not working the hamstring so much now. Okay, now we're going to work the top head of the quadricep right here by simply taking Steve, making sure it doesn't go any further, and pushing him down. Now watch what happens. My hands are on his buttocks. See how it's up in the air now? Now I'll push down. So it's stretching the top head. He'll tell me when it hurts. Okay, relax. Now watch what happens. I'll bring you back up to here now. My legs have not moved in or moved out. Watch what happens with this leg now. You go a little bit further, one way or another. I sit him back down to this position. One more time, grabbing the inside of the thighs here. His hands are on his knees. Working the chest. Head up now. Head up, Steve. Chest to the floor. Holding it and relaxing. This is a very good exercise for agility as well as flexibility. Working a complete range of motion in the hip joint. Now what we're going to do is make a wish. Hop up, Steve. You ever have a chicken bone, the little chicken wing, right? Little wishbone, and you break it? That's what we're going to do, but I hope it doesn't break. When you're working with this exercise, there's two places that I can put my foot. Either at the stomach if I'm not very flexible, or I can put it on Steve's shoulder if I'm fairly flexible. Let's, for the sake of levity, say that I'm fairly flexible. He holds on. This is for balance. This is so I don't fall down and kill myself. Face me straight on, Steve. Okay, what I do now is I put my foot up on his shoulder. See how the foot, the toes are kind of wrapped around his neck? My toes point in the opposite direction. If I want to hold on here, I can hold on here. Main thing is to keep your back straight. So you're doing it just like a side kick, which we'll be working in the next tape. Okay, now Steve grabs a hold of my ankle, not the knee, but the ankle. I relax. He does all the work, and he just slowly backs up. Doesn't come down any, but he stays that same height and just backs up. Take it so far, hold it that position for a couple seconds, watching the balance. Comes back up just a little bit, relaxes, a little further, a little further. Good, hold it there for a couple seconds. Relax, and now all the way out, Steve. Take her out, take a walk. Just like I'm kicking, just like I'm kicking. Right here. Okay, back up, and relax. This particular exercise isolates very thoroughly the adductor longus, right in here. Again, if you can't get out there, this is what can happen. Let me use this leg. If you can't get it up to the shoulder, I put the foot right here, my arm goes under his foot. Again, make sure that that foot points that way, in a straight line, slowly back up. Again, Steve, tell me when it hurts. Okay, hold it there for a couple seconds. Come back up, relax a little bit. Back down, a little bit further now, just a little bit. He'll tell me when it hurts. Make sure this foot stays sideways also, toes back. Okay, back up. And last one, here we go. Reach out, reach out. Good, good. Toes down on the left leg. There you go. Reach out, reach out. And relax. Good. And kind of shake it out. If you've got weak knees, keep your supporting leg slightly bent. The kicking leg, if I'm going to kick at Steve here, I want to keep my supporting leg bent. So if I'm here and I'm in this position, I want this leg slightly bent. So when I reach it out here, it's slightly bent and down. Okay, now we're going to be working with the wall. There's 3 specific angles that we're going to work. Number 1, Steve will take my leg straight up, over my head, touch the wall with it, I hope. Then bring it down about his chest level, working it to the front without me turning my hips. So what happens when it comes up this way, we're working the adductor group. And he lowers it back down chest level. When he works it to the front, we're working the hamstring group, or the biceps femoris. Then he'll take it around without, again, me turning my hips, touching the heel to the back wall. This is working, again, the top head of the quadricep. And then at the very last instant, he'll take my knee and push it into me. Because it's very important in the kicking drills that we get the knee nice and high and we tuck it nice and tight for the speed and the power and the movement within the kicking technique itself. Okay, Steve, just face right in front of me, please. If you'll take my foot. Okay, now, make sure you keep your foot in the side kick position. So you're working the adductor group, then we'll be working the hamstring group. But first of all, we want the adductor group, okay? I bring my foot out a little bit. Now, Steve has both legs locked out straight on me. He'll take the leg straight up, working here. Now, I'm allowed to bend over just a little bit. Keep going. Keep this tight. The leg goes up. Keep it up. Keep going. It'll go. There you go. Just touch the wall with it. Go ahead. Touch the wall. It'll go. There you go. Good. Hold it there for a couple seconds, and then back down. Good. Okay, now stop it right about chest level. Now walk it around, touching your toes to the front. Make sure your hips don't turn. So it's walking like this. Good. Now back, touching your heel to the wall behind me. Again now, don't turn the hips. Good. Okay, back to the center. One more time now, put the foot against your chest. Walk into me. See how the knee's coming up now? Keep walking, keep walking. Now, about this position, the elbow comes under. Now push in nice and hard. Push in. Push in. There you go. See how the knee's coming up? Push in nice and hard. Now, right about this instant here, I push Steve away. Okay? One more time. Up. Don't have to take it nearly as far, but push it a little bit. Go ahead. Take it up. Keep on. Keep going. There you go. It's almost there. It's almost there. Push, push, push. Good. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Then back down chest level. Walk around, touch the front wall. Keep it chest level. Here, good, good. Working the hamstring. Now we're going to work the top end of the quadricep. Work it around, working here now. Back, back to the front. Foot against the chest now. Now, you got to push nice and hard on this one. Okay, push. See how the knee's up? Elbow comes underneath. Push nice and hard. Foot still in the side kick position. Keep pushing. Push nice and hard. Push, 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 push. And then right here, I push Steve away. And down. Working with the hips. Working with the biceps femoris, the front part. The adductor longus going up. The top head of the quadricep going around. Finally working with the knee nice and high. So it's from here, boom, and down. Okay, Steve, if you'll sit down on your back, please. Laying down, face me if you would. Okay, now, this exercise is for a lot of people that have weak knees. Okay, it's still working the adductor longus and the sartorius muscle. What I do is I grab Steve's legs, relax. Put them right in the bend of my knee. Put my hands on his knees here. I have 3 angles to work with. Okay? Scoot toward me, would you, a little bit, Steve? Good. Just so I can work a little bit with you. I have the straight angle from the knee through the crotch to the other knee. Then I'll have the angle moving forward here, to where it's more like a V. Then I'll have the angle down here more like an N, or an inverted V. Okay, first of all, we'll work with the straight line type movement. From here, just relax. Just letting my weight do the work. Just relax. You'll tell me again when it hurts. Holding it for a couple seconds, and then relax. Taking it up a little bit, working the same movement. Main thing is for Steve to relax. Steve should relax on this. Think of something else. I know there's someplace you'd rather be than right here, right now. Relax. Okay, good. And the one at the bottom. Working here. Working, just relax, hold it there for a couple seconds. And one more down the middle. If you notice, the knee is bent, so I'm taking all the pressure off the medial collateral ligament, the inside ligament of the knee. So there's no strain at all if you do have a weak knee. This is working primarily the adductor longus and the sartorius. One more time, down the middle. Good, relax. Okay, now just sit up. Scoot back a little bit. Now face me with your legs apart, please. Okay, now, we're going to be working now with the hamstring group and the adductor longus. I take Steve's legs as far as they'll come. Okay, now if Steve's hands can reach me, that's not good. So I'll reach either the elbows or the shoulders. What's going to happen now, this leg is straight, my rear leg will be bent. So what happens now is as I pull Steve towards me this way, again, working the hamstring group like we did before, but now I'm going to work the adductor longus by simply pushing this leg out straight. Pulling it to me, and then arching my back a little bit, pulling it to me. Holding it for a couple seconds, and relax. Holding it there for a second, pulling it to me again, straight towards me, and pushing the supporting leg out, pulling it to me, and relax. You notice he's going a little bit further each time. He's pushing it, putting up with the uncomfortability of it, but the muscle is stretching and it's becoming more flexible. Last time, I pull my partner to me, pushing at the leg at the same time, nice and hard this time. This is the last one. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and relax. Then slowly what I'll do is I'll bring Steve's legs into him, get all that blood back into the muscles that we've just squished out. Okay? Remember, you don't want to work these stretches every day. These are the exercises that you'll work 2-3 times a week because you are isolating the different muscle groups. The hamstring group, the biceps femoris, the adductor group, the groin muscle. So you need to isolate those, but you also need to let them rest. Don't push them hard every day. 2 or 3 times a week is enough. Okay? Any questions? When I was stretching, they didn't have newfangled machines like this. This is the Power Stretch by Trico Products. Let me show you some of the exercises that I like to work while I'm in the machine. You just very simply get in the machine, sit down, relax, enjoy yourself. Pull the machine into what's fairly comfortable to you. Main thing you do is you keep this torsion bar or the tension bar between you. What I like to do is crank it out to, let's say, 150 to 165 degrees. Let me get it out there real quick. And let it sit there. Okay, now right now, I'm very comfortable. I can sit here forever. Well, for a couple minutes anyway. This isolates my hip joint. Working, stretching right now in the adductor longus and the sartorius. What I do is I can sit up now and then pull my head down, working the hamstring group this way, then working the hamstring group the other way. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm also building up my obliques, the muscles on the side of the rib cage right here. If I don't hold on to this and I just kind of bend over and crunch those muscles, I'm building up the obliques. Same with the other side. I'm down, pulling in. Again, you notice this locks my hips out. What I can do then is pull the torsion bar back. Now watch what happens to the legs. They'll move back a little bit. I'll do that maybe 3 times. That's at 165 degrees. Then I'll crank it out to 180 degrees, which is 3 turns. Sit there for a minute so my legs get used to it. Again, I'll go down to the left again, down to the right. Now, if I want to, I can put my hands on the floor and work down to the front a little bit. But what I like about this now, there's a nice little tension in there because I'm at 180 degrees right now. There's a nice tension right within my adductor longus. So what I can do now is grab a hold of the bar, pull it back to me. That's now at 195 degrees. Relax it, pull back, relax it, pull back, relax it, pull back. This is not the same as bouncing because I'm holding it for a certain length of time. Back, and pull back one more time, hold it for a couple seconds. Relax the legs now, relax the legs, and pull back. Then I'll crank it out to 195, which is about like that. And well, I need something to read because the television is out there, but there's nothing good on television or something like this, so I would like to read. So, well, here's a book. I can learn how to stretch and kick again. So I can open up the books. What happens now is this helps me relax, takes my mind off of thinking how the excruciating pain is happening. There isn't any, but maybe I think it's starting to hurt because this doesn't look normal. So I can just relax, kind of read about myself. Well, I'm a good-looking guy. And you just relax there, let a couple seconds go by, or a couple minutes for that matter. Kind of move around a little bit so it relaxes. Kind of take my mind off of actually doing the stretching. Moving the toes around, relaxing them. Then I can bend forward, and then after a while I can grab a hold of the bar, put the bar back to me. Relax, pull the bar back to me. Relax, pull the bar back to me. Now if I really want to isolate the biceps femoris or the hamstring group, I can stretch this out a little bit this way. Relax a little bit. Take a hold of the bar here. Make the seat go back just a little bit further. Now we're going to work the hamstring group, the biceps femoris. We'll work this biceps femoris on the right leg, which is stretching the top head of the quadricep of the left leg. What I'll do is very simply turn. Just turn this way, pull the bar back to me, and crank it a little bit at a time. Cranking it back. Again, you can see the stretching that's occurring in the biceps femoris, or the hamstring group. How my leg here is staying straight, so I'm working the top head of the quadricep at the same time. Crank. And again, there it is. Then I can work my head down, keeping this leg straight, so I'm working the hamstring group and the top head of the quadricep. Holding here for a couple seconds, working my leg back and forth, and relaxing it. I can crank it back down, and I can change. We don't want to work just one side, remember. Turn to the left now, turning this way. Okay, now I'll crank this one out. Again, now, locking out the left leg. Work my head to my knee, so I'm stretching the hamstring, working the top head of the quadricep here. Down again, holding it for a certain length of time, maybe even pulling the bar back. Relaxing, pull the bar back, and relax. Cranking the machine back out in this position. And then what I'll do is sit back in the machine, the seat back and stay where it is, and again, crank it back out, let's say to 180 to 195 degrees, and relax. Pulling the bar back to me, and relax. Back, and relax.
Бинтование очень важно для бойца муай-тай. Муай-тай – это контактный бой, поэтому кисти и запястья должны быть хорошо дополнительно укреплены. Кроме того, это усиливает сжатие пальцев в тяжелой перчатке. Бинтование начинается с наложения на костяшки плотной подкладки. Эта область руки принимает на себя самую большую нагрузку, поэтому именно ей уделяется первостепенное внимание. Затем бинтуется оставшаяся часть кисти и запястья для их укрепления и уменьшения риска травмы. Кроме того, бинт необходим для впитывания пота, что предотвращает скольжение руки внутри перчатки. После того, как забинтованы ладони и запястья, бинтуются пальцы, каждый по отдельности. И таким образом, чтобы исключить все их движения, кроме необходимых для образования и поддержания структуры кулака. Люди с длинными руками должны бинтовать запястья достаточно высоко и плотно. А бойцам с короткими руками высокое бинтование запястья не требуется. Внимательно посмотрите каждый шаг бинтования в замедленном варианте и не пропустите ни одного движения. Обратите внимание на то, как искусно можно укрепить руку бинтом.